A single comment just lit up the entire NASCAR world, and now even the broadcast booth is firing back live on air. Stephen A. Smith said NASCAR drivers don't count as athletes. And veteran commentator Mike Joy just responded in a way that turned heads across the sport. During a live Fox broadcast at Talladega, Mike Joy took a subtle but sharp shot at Stephen A. Smith. Joy referenced Smith's recent claim that race car drivers are real athletes. While analyzing a hard crash involving Ty Gibbs, Joy suggested sending that footage directly to Smith as a response. The moment quickly caught attention because it wasn't just commentary, it was a clear pushback from inside NASCAR itself, and it comes after Smith's viral remarks questioning whether drivers deserve to be labeled as athletes at all. This didn't happen in a vacuum. Stephen A. Smith sparked the debate while discussing longevity in sports, dismissing racing drivers by arguing that driving doesn't demand the same physical ability as traditional sports. He even compared it to activities older people can still do, essentially drawing the line between sport and athlete. That struck a nerve. NASCAR isn't just a competition, it's a culture. And historically, the sport has always fought for mainstream respect alongside leagues like the NFL and NBA. So when a major media voice questions the legitimacy of its athletes, it hits deeper than just a hot take. Inside the garage, drivers are used to criticism, but this felt different because now it's not about performance, it's about identity. And when the broadcast booth joins the response, that tells you this isn't just noise, it's personal. Let's break this down beyond the headlines. Stephen A. Smith's argument is built on a traditional definition of athleticism, speed, strength, visible physical exertion. But NASCAR operates in a different lane. Drivers endure extreme G-forces, brutal heat inside the cockpit, and mental processing speeds that rival elite athletes in any sport. You're talking about controlling a machine at nearly 200 miles per hour, inches away from disaster for hours at a time. That's not casual. That's elite performance under pressure. Now here's where it gets interesting. Mike Joy's response wasn't loud or emotional. It was calculated. By pointing to a crash involving Ty Gibbs, he reframed the debate visually. Instead of arguing definitions, he showed consequences. Because in NASCAR, the physical risk is undeniable, and that's a strategic shift. Rather than debating semantics, the sport is saying, watch what happens inside that car, then decide. But there's another layer here. Stephen A. Smith thrives on controversy. That's part of his brand. And drivers like Chastain even hinted at that, suggesting this could be more about attention than accuracy. So NASCAR faces a choice. Do they engage and amplify the debate or ignore it and protect their image? Mike Joy's comment shows they're willing to push back, but in a controlled, professional way. And that might be the smartest move, because overreacting gives the narrative more life. But silence, that can look like weakness. Right now, NASCAR is walking that line. Fans have been loud and overwhelmingly defensive of the sport. Many are challenging Smith to experience a race firsthand before making judgments. Others are dismissing the take entirely, calling it outdated. Among drivers, reactions have ranged from dismissive to measured. Allmendinger brushed it off completely. Ross Chastain took a more nuanced approach, acknowledging that NASCAR athletes are different but still highly specialized. And drivers like Briscoe and Todd Gilliland expressed disappointment without escalating the situation. Media-wise, this is turning into a classic cross-sport debate, one that pulls attention from outside NASCAR's usual audience. And that kind of exposure, it cuts both ways. This controversy actually benefits NASCAR. It sparks conversation, draws in new viewers, and gives the sport a chance to showcase the physical and mental demands of racing to a broader audience. In that case, Smith's comments unintentionally become free promotion. The narrative sticks. Casual fans start questioning the legitimacy of NASCAR athletes, and the sport finds itself once again defending its place in the wider sports world. If that perception grows, it could impact how drivers are viewed and valued outside their own fan base. So here's the real debate. Are NASCAR drivers being underestimated, or is this just a difference in how we define an athlete? Let me know where you stand. And if you want more sharp breakdowns like this, stay with SportsWire USA, because this conversation isn't slowing down anytime soon.